Uh, you classy son of a bitch show.
Such a stark contrast to what we just watched.
Isn't it though?
Just right out of the gate.
Like the music, the everything. Oh fuck, that was too accurate. The triple sync. Every fucking fast food job I've ever had. Show, you can't keep showing off like this. It's too much all at once. Not a word. Just fucking.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
This was something I realized after we actually recorded with Chuck, like, not wanting Jimmy to be a lawyer in HHM. That makes it all the worse that he was the one urging them to give the case to HHM.
Uh-huh.
So it's like it's literally like fucking Chuck just came in and stole Jimmy's case.
It absolutely was. He was just like, he's not worthy of having this, so I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, like that's such a fucking dick move.
Yeah, the more and more you think about it and just keep digging on what they've put on your plate there, it gets worse and worse the more you realize.
Right, and because that's the thing too, is obviously Chuck's looking at this. He sees what Jimmy's done. It's not like he's been fucking around. And this is after Jimmy's been going to his place like every 2-3 days, bringing him all his shit.
If you go back and watch to the moment where he realizes that that's even a thing, or like that it's a possible case, Chuck, holds up the paper and he's just like, "This isn't work that I did."
Right. Oh shit, hang on. Okay. This is kind of wild. In writing, there's something referred to as the hero's journey, which is essentially the path, the arc that a character needs to take to go from, unassuming character to hero in order to make the journey believable. And a huge part of that is what's known as the refusal of the call. And like the best blanket depiction of the hero's journey is Luke Skywalker's journey throughout the OT. And so that's whenever Obi-Wan comes to him and is like, "Oh, you must learn the ways of the Force if you're to come with me to Alderaan." And he's like, "Alderaan? I can't go to Alderaan." But yeah, refusing the call is a super important thing. And I didn't even think of it because he's technically taking a bad guy route, but that's what Saul did whenever he was trying to do the right thing. Is his refusal of the call. That's so fucking wild to think about.
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah, because this is accepting the call. Fuck, man, the manic happiness he's hit here is crazy.
Water for customer only.
It's got fucking spinners on it. That's a fucking fad that died out on cars. Hello? I like Mike knows instantly. Yeah, that's not gonna work. The swim to the baggie.
Short it.
Fucking douchebag.
Short it. Short that shit. That stock is useless.
Remember when those fucking came out and everybody was using them?
I to this day I can't forget. I was in a fucking bathroom and some asshole peeing in a urinal next to me was on one. Just like out of nowhere starts talking. I thought he was talking to me. And it was just like, "Motherfucker, no."
You're breaking the bro code.
There's a decorum that takes place here.
Do I need to get you a pamphlet? Do you need to reread that?
Okay, so
I don't know if you ever took it, but for a while there was like a quiz type thing that was floating around. And it was, which urinal is the correct one to use?
And they give it to girls, and they're just like, they don't understand it. They're just like, why wouldn't you just use the one right next to it?
No, that's wrong. Also, it's so simple, but I like that they acknowledge that case will take years, because just nothing in the legal system moves quickly.
No, but, especially one that big.
Oh yeah, that's gonna take at least 5 years before anything moves forward on that. But so many shows, they're like, "You win the case," and they walk out wearing a fucking fancy ass suit, and it's like, you dumbasses.
Like fucking She-Hulk.
Right. Or yeah, they get a new job and instantaneously buy a new house. It's like, you haven't even been paid yet.
Yeah. Is it dancing an opportunity? It's a great
You know, a salary means annual, right?
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. He really did say it like that, too. Wait a second. That's where they got it from. They loved that line too much.
They're watching it, they're like, what's something we could take from the show? I don't want it. Ah, yes, I don't want it.
The making of season 8, they're just like, where do we draw inspiration from? Guys, I have the best idea. I was just watching Better Call Saul last night, and he said the best thing in this specific cadence. You guys are gonna love it, okay? Here it goes. I don't want it.
It's so fucking funny.
That fart had the anger of a repressed minority community. You fart like that in
What?
space, you're gonna...
What was that sentence?
Who knows? It's a douchebag on the phone.
That fart had the anger of a repressed minority. It's so funny because like that does make total sense for him trying to make a deal to do. Like,
Not letting them pay.
Right. Well, my dad's worked in sales, and he told me about like, you know, all these fucking weird ass lunch meetings he has, and one was where like they go out with a bunch of other people that are all in like the computer industry, and literally they did the fucking credit card raffle, and I was like, oh my gosh, that seems like such a fucking pain in the ass to do. 'Cause yeah, like you end up blowing like $2,000 on one fucking lunch, and you're like, ah. Whoop whoop.
The sound of the police.
That fucking song, man. This dumbass did not call the police. You
Oh, sorry to hear that.
absolute dumbass.
Common knowledge.
What do you do again?
Yep.
What work do you do, Mr.
There it is. Next fucking question. Oh, Josh, where's your Hummer?
Shit, am I supposed to have one of those?
Apparently.
Oh shit. I've been doing it wrong.
Is it possible, can we do a Coco Bolo? I'll get right on that.
Damn, man. You know they want to keep you when you could just came in and ask for that shit.
That
So-
shit is not cheap either. Those things
No.
are like 10 grand a piece.
Well, fuck, man. Even just like an actual, like, solid wood desk is fucking expensive.
You get an exotic wood like that,
Oh, yeah, no, that's gotta be,
pay out through the fucking nose, man.
yeah, ridiculous. Just that knowledge. I have no idea what this switch does.
But I did it.
But right now, somebody somewhere is very upset.
This is actually him playing this, by the way.
I was wondering about that. It looked like it was. It's always just a little something extra when it's actually the actor performing. Little things, whenever, like when he was trying to get back on cue, that thing where you, like, count yourself in slowly, that's something very much that's a musician thing. I do that all the time whenever I fuck up and I have a metronome going. I'm like, fuck, alright, okay. 3, 4, and then I get myself back in, so. Yeah, that frustration, man. That's very real.
I didn't pull any punches. I tried to paint a complete picture. But I didn't stand in the way.
Dude, it's so weird that, like, in saying it like that, this dude is actually a bigger helper to Jimmy than his own brother is. Like, oh my gosh, man, that's so fucked up.
I was honest, but I didn't stand in his way of getting the job either.
Right, that's such like an underhanded way to deliver that jab, too. Yeah, I was honest, but unlike his own brother, I didn't stop him from getting hired. Okay, so the metronome was off time there, I think. And I don't know if that's an indication of Chuck's perception, or if it's just like an artistic English teacher move. Because it
fact
could
that you
be.
can even try and draw those, I mean, and any of them be right.
Right. Oh, hang on. If they do... Okay. I'm gonna clap and a little bit at the same time if they do what I think they're gonna do. In a book I'm writing right now, it centers around a father and son, but the dad's going through a divorce. And he kind of comes to realize that he hates his car. He drives an SUV and he hates the fucking thing. he's like, yeah, the steering wheel doesn't, there's grooves in the steering wheels that don't fit my hands right. The cup holder is too fucking small for my thermos of coffee. Like, he just comes to realize how much he hates the fucking thing. So if they go that route with the company car, I'm gonna read a little bit. You know what? No, I'll be proud. I'll have written the same thing in that professional showrunners did. I'll take that as a win. Get this thing the fuck out of my life. I can see it coming. I fucking called that shit. Oh, I love it.
I almost burst out laughing when you were explaining that.
Fucking hell. Must be metric. I don't, man, you know what? I don't care. I'll take that as a win. Oh, the fucking...
Like, call back to fucking Jurassic Park.
I know. Every time I see Mike in the booth, I'm just reminded of, like, I think it was episode 2, Saul's like, "You're like a troll under a bridge. You must have enough stickers, you shall not pay."
Great impression, 11 out of 10.
It's so weird, because this is like an actual sales conversation, but you can fucking feel the tension. Good business owner. Best business owner. It makes me laugh a little bit. The guy who does all the work on my uncle's Jeep. Met the owner enough times where I know him now. So, one time we were going in, because I forget what it was doing, but it was doing something or other. And the guy, when we went to pick it up, was like, "Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, he definitely hasn't been babying this thing." I was like, "Well, it's a Jeep. He didn't buy it to baby it." Like, because my uncle is rough on vehicles, man. Like,
Yeah.
Because
Some people are. You know, as a quick pause,
Yeah, well,
how many shows can you think of off the top of your head where you're genuinely rooting for the bad guy in a room of cops?
shit, only one immediately comes to mind.
Because it's hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing that comes to mind is Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
I can't I'm sure there are others, but off the top of my head I can't think of any.
This all
He's into hentai, okay?
personal to Mr. Wormald and
That bird is, you're not far off.
Oh, fucking hell.
art.
All I can fucking think of is the sex toilet. That's all I can think of now.
Oh, yeah, Chandler.
Fill me up, Chandler. Put it in me.
No.
I mean, to be fair, it's ever so slightly better than what I was thinking he was saying. It's like a half step up.
Uh-huh.
I was assuming Scat got involved at some point.
Hey, he said he was fully clothed. He didn't say anything about scat.
You can shit yourself fully clothed.
I think it was the video.
He just said he sat in it.
Oh, maybe. Was it yellow?
It's canary yellow. I picked that color myself.
That's so fucking like... that's so smooth, just to jump on that, like...
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I'm
man.
here to make sandpiper people, put on a ski mask and
I love his breakdown shit.
mug down May here at gunpoint. So I want you to put that mental image right out of your head.
I love the kind of misdirection here where
Well-
he says, now, it's not like they mugged her at gunpoint, so put that out of your head when that's exactly what they
You do have
just
a boyfriend,
did.
right? Here comes the check. Hey, wait a doggone $24 for a side of buttermilk biscuits? That doesn't sound right now, does it? No, it
A dozen of her rulings, all of which have sided with the plaintiff on cases like this.
Man, that stink eye.
I've included
I
a number
know.
of sections.
There may have been some solicitation involved.
I did not solicit.
I'm just wondering how you account for your success. Chuck, I'm sure that...
Holy shit, man.
Jimmy?
Him stepping in to defend Jimmy against Chuck.
Uh-huh.
I would never fucking have called that shit. That is fucking good character work, man.
We good to move on?
Oh man, I love the stare down, the fucking challenge. Make your move, buddy. I'll go blow for blow with you, old man.
Got anything else?
Always leave 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. free. Why? What was she right?
My fucking grandparents were just watching that damn show.
Were they really?
Yeah, they do. They watch it all the time.
Old lady in the chair. It's your commercial.
Does anybody like you?
I'm ready for my clothes.
My favorite part of the show is when he goes, "Things are about to get slippy."
It's slipping time.
I love consuming shit with you, man. I really do. I don't know why that just popped in my head. My grandfather was talking about one time as a cop, they got a late night call because a couple of cops were out, doing patrol. It was like about 3 a.m. And so call goes out over dispatch. Hey, we got 2 cars in the park passing a suspicious package back and forth. Might be a deal if anyone wants to look into it. Cops radio back in going, yeah, sorry, that was us. I was passing a bag of Cheetos to the other car.
Where they're not mine, officer.
What are these, Funyuns?
You ever wonder about these things?
What things?
This. Like, what's the story with
All
these?
the time. I will never understand fucking pointless ass shit like that. Like, it genuinely feels like it's just put there so it's not empty.
Oh, that's absolutely why it's put there.
Yeah, that's the.
It's just a space filler. Personally, I'm a big fan of filling your wall with colon Ds.
The only sensible wall decoration. You walk in just lighting every hallway is colon Ds. Sounds like a fucking nightmare house.
That's a hellscape.
Holy shit. Hang on, wait. They actually fucking got a 4x3 Damn! That's dedication.
Yep.
That's dedication. I like it.
Snack, lime jello.
I don't even know how. Fuck, I'm surprised that thing works.
You're watching your favorite TV.
They went to the fucking person. They're like, okay, listen, I need a TV. You want it thin and slim? No. Thick. You mean wide? No, I mean deep. Okay, I guess we can do that. 9x16. No.
No. At least 4 fully grown men to carry this thing.
I wanted to give people hernias just from looking at it.
This morning, I admit I got a little ahead of myself, a little exuberant, and for that I apologize.
He always, every time he's like, he does the double point. It's so great to see.
The head. When Howard was making his management decisions, was he sitting on your knee with your arm up his ass? Hey, can he talk while you drink a glass of water?
That's uncalled.
I fucking love that line.
That's really good. I need to remember that one.
I never wanted that job in the first place.
Can't get through to you. Life is not one big game of let's make a deal.
Yes, it is. What's behind door number 2? What'll it take, huh?
For the purpose of compelling you to do something against your will, that would be extortion.
Yeah, it would. You gonna extort me, Chuck?
Fuck, I love that he's so pissed off he's not getting around. Yes, it is extortion. So what?
Are you gonna extort me?
You're a real criminal now, Mike.
I can't even look at you the same anymore.
Oh shit.
The fuck?
I respect the move here, though. This is a big move.
Let go.
Fuck.
Let go. Let go.
Oh shit.
That all you got?
Talk your shit, man.
I learned how to use the Xerox machine, which is surprisingly complicated. I mean, press a button, piece of paper.
He's not
spits out.
wrong.
Not anymore.
I believe it. I very much believe it.
Computer. It's like,
oh my gosh. Double-sided printing. The number of times I have printed out a piece of paper and the backside is fucking flipped. Like, I wanted to scream at my printer. Because they have this thing, it's like, called flip on long side or flip on short side. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I flip it both ways.
Met some. What do you get when you cross the Godfather with a lawyer? An offer you can't understand.
Very clever. Okay, that was pretty fucking good. I gotta give that one props. Oh no, he's a hunting peck.
Oh no, Jimmy, come on. Home row, my guy.
For real? My psychologist does that and it drives me nuts. Every time I talk to him. Like, oh no!
Logical footprint pretty seriously here.
Okay, so the big can is where I should throw my empty scotch bottles.
Oh, fuck! That's a great one. It's already fuck off, like...
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That would drive me fucking nuts if someone was going through my trash, like...
Yeah, back the fuck up.
You're like way ahead of your lane, bitch. Balls.
Balls.
Too many questions.
I get it. The first rule of Fight Club, right? Let me introduce you. This is my babysitter, Aaron. Aaron, this is my grandpa, Mike.
Nice to meet you.
You have an assistant, right? Don't tell me. Is she hot? She's hot, right?
She is a bright young man named Omar.
And yes, he's hot.
Oh, he's hot.
This is like a Mexican version of My Way.
It might be.
You know I have a fear of heights.
Speaking of music, it's the same fucking chord progression.
All right, just.
I just looked it up. It is a Mexican version of Sinatra's My Way.
10 out of 10.
It's new.
Oh my gosh. That was a fucking unpleasant blast from the past.
Overnight.
We didn't need to see that.
She has PTSD flashbacks.
Fucking hell, man. It was the... What was that? What were chia pets? What was the thing?
Nobody knows.
Hey man, what if we give something fun for the kids? Oh, you're thinking like a stuffed animal? No. Like a hard ceramic sculpture. Oh, so like something really beautiful like a centerpiece. No. Gross
something
shit
that they
all
can
over the
water
place.
that lives.
One of the ugliest fucking plants in existence.
I love this part. This is when Jimmy says it's Morbin time. And then he morbs all over him.
Actual footage of me at 3 in the morning trying to convince myself to work.
Motherfucker.
This coffee tastes suspiciously like cucumber water.
Oh god, she brewed the coffee with cucumber water. No, that would be terrible.
That would be so bad. Fuck, that's smart. Good job, Mike. That's just
Don't you love his
smart.
cop stuff?
It's so like old school and effective though, like
crunchy coleslaw. Tap again and chop celery.
damn. Good job, Mike.
1999.
August 1st, 1999. And do we have the corresponding deposition for
The
Mrs.
fact
Hildreth?
that she doesn't trust him and has to look at it herself.
I know. Like,
it's the little shit like that. I would be like, you want me to fucking put this pen in your ear? Lean over my fucking desk again and check the date.
that look of just, you fucking bitch, fuck that thing. That's where you go. Hey, Jimmy, about your company car, looks like you took the tire iron to the cup holder. I did, and I'm not sorry.
I just didn't realize how unhappy you were here. It's not your fault, buddy.
Omar's sitting there having a mental crisis. I don't understand. Did I not bring you hot enough coffee? How can I fix this?
It really is.
Oh, bitches, I have the drip.
Miguel. Jimmy, this is Al Newman of Allied.
I just love the image of him going into like a suit shop. And what are we looking for today? Okay, hear me out. You know the car sales wacky waving inflatable arm filling tube man? That. This is one of the craziest fucking montages I've ever seen.
How do you do it?
Hey, Doug, got a juicer for the office.
Just being a pain in the ass.
Clients out.
Damn, stop showing off with the montages. They don't have to be all amazing. Motherfucker, stop it.
Backwards only.
Show. Stop it. Get some help.
Can I? Someone is not flushing. Once is an accident, maybe even twice, 3 times. Nah, that's the pattern.
And we're not talking about a number one.
Yes.
I just love the idea of a fucking law firm owner having to come to me going, guys, when you take a shit, flush the toilet. Oh, fuck. I've definitely been that jackass. This was your policy. Actually, I can tell you exactly. I did something exactly like this. Wasn't disgusting, but when I worked at Sam's, for some bullshit reason, we had to wear business casual. So no jeans, no button shirts. That was not Sam's policy. That was our I don't know if it came from HR, from the store manager, one or the other, one of their policies. And so my last day as a cashier, we still had to wear those fucking ugly ass like, I don't even know what material they are. Those thick ass disgusting vests.
Oh god.
Oh, the clash was very real. So my last day as a cashier, I wore I wore business casual, but I also wore a tie, a proper button-up vest under my vest, and a fedora. And I was like, what? I thought we were presenting a 5-star image, are we not? It did not go over well.
Sad bagpipes.
You win. Bagpipes, sad.
What do I...
Show, you make me nervous. You're looking at this awful hard.
What do you gotta be nervous about?
Every time you make me nervous, you hurt me. Omar's genuinely just like, can I come, please?
What should I do with this? Dump it on the side of the road. That's where I got it in the first place.
I picked it up 10 years ago on the side of the road. It's time for it to go back to its home now. It will go where it's needed.
Go. Be free, Dust.
Find other struggling lawyers. Find other nail salons.
Hey, buddy.
Show!
You can't keep doing this to me! Joe, you can't keep getting away with that!
Morning, Mr. Depp.
Morning, Mr. Roddenberry.
Oh, fucking
Mr.
hell.
Depp, we've talked about this.
Good show. Good show. I'm really enjoying it.
Did they make a show off of the Depp Heard trial?
I think it's like a special, but yes.
I see.
It's on my list. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my list. Just from that profile, it kind of looked like Joe Manganiello a little bit.
It kind of did, didn't it?
It's just a little bit. Kind of the beard and the hair. You know, you are allowed to have a cut show. You can do that. Like, what is this? Like 5 minutes?
It's a long fucking time.
It's a very, very smooth though. He's like, this is a lot for an actor too. Like, make sure you're in the right spot for this long. Constantly hit your cue.
That I always pushed you harder. Because I knew that I could expect more from you.
And I want you to know, every time I called you an asshole,
Thank you.
it was because you're an asshole.
You rolling? Yeah, rolling. Okay. Start the dolly.
Start the dolly. It's a fucking wheelchair. Oh, I just got what he did. Okay, that took me a second. Because I was sitting there, I was looking like, well, obviously they'd see that you glued a new title on, but then he copied the altered file to make it like the original. I see. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a fucking minute. Hold the fucking phone. That does not look like it's gonna be watering rhododendron. That looks mean.
Come on, subtitles. I want to know what he's saying.
He's saying worrying. Genuinely, Mike just robbed the cartel by spending like $20.
Mm-hmm.
He bought some nails and a hose. And I guess duct tape.
Tony Stark built this in a cave.
With a box of scraps. I fucking love that scene still to this day, man. Like, so good. Man, and like, gotta give Jimmy credit. That would piss you the fuck off. If like your lawyer can't fill out paperwork correctly and that's the reason your business is fucked.
Mm-hmm.
These files feel slippery.
Howard, there's slime on this paperwork. Slippin' Jimmy! Raise his fist.
It becomes the fucking Fairly Odd Parents thing. Slippin' Jimmy.
It's just a Fairly Odd Parents spinoff, Slippin' Timmy.
Again, like, this is just something you don't see in most shows. They don't show you the redecorating of an office space. Like,
they almost make an art form out of filler.
They really do.
Wondering if Jimmy's up to a little casual forgery? You should know. In high school, he had a thriving business making fake IDs so his buddies could buy beer.
You're going all the way back to high school, huh?
Hey, you and Mozart, huh? You both started young.
Okay, thank you for explaining that because I was confused.
And all he ever wanted was your love and support. But all you've ever done is judge him.
Go, Kim.
How about that one?
Yeah, I did not see that coming. Gotta be honest. Like, genuinely, when she just, like, fucking laid that shit out, it reminded me of the short you sent me about, like, I guess, college-age girl who was like, oh yeah, I told my boyfriend he's worthy of love, and he cried so hard he bled on my dress. Like...
Yeah, he got a nosebleed and blood
yeah,
on my dress. And she's
like, you can
just like,
see...
I'm not even mad at the dress. I'm mad that because in 18 years of life, no one has told this man that he's worthy of love.
Right. Like, you can see Jimmy was definitely not ready for that shit.
I love they're so good at it. All of the actors and actresses in this show seem to be just really good at, or the camera crew is just really good at capturing the nuances in their facial expressions.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to act a little with your face. Like, that's one of the greatest things I kind of realized when I started doing videos and stuff, because I obviously, surprise, surprise, was a theater kid in high school, college. And you have to, like, everything is, I know, it's shocking. It's shocking revelry right there. But you have to, like, everything you do has to be kind of over-exaggerated. It has to be big and grandiose, because obviously you're standing on a stage and everyone in the crowd can't see you very clearly, so you have to, you know, over-exaggerate everything. And obviously with camera acting, it's almost the polar opposite. You can make very, very small movements and they can mean very, very big things. And acting with your eyes is, like, such a lost talent. It's one of the things that actually drives me nuts about Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Like, physically, she makes a great Wonder Woman. She looks the part. Yeah. Bitch can't act for shit. Like, she just can't. Especially if you watch her eyebrows, anytime she's supposed to be conveying emotion, it's just fucking nothing.
Yeah, she definitely looks the part, but...
Oh yeah, physically, not a problem with her.
What, am I dying of consumption?
You are on Let's Consume, Jimmy.
You want to be a filmmaker? Grow up here.
It makes me laugh because I've definitely had those moments where I'm like slightly iffy on filming something for a video, but I'm like, well, fuck, I can do this in 5 minutes. Nobody has to know.
Chop, chop. Magic time.
Wait a second.
Doesn't know anything?
Not a thing.
You hear your voice?
No.
Right now, Hector's looking at the competition, but he hears the driver say it was some old gringo.
He didn't hear me. Saw a guy with a ski mask. That's it.
I just love Mike, like, basically being like, bitch, this ain't my first day at this rodeo. I've done... I know what not to do.
You are nothing to him. He forgot all about you.
I haven't forgotten him.
That is such a perfect fucking line in response. I love it. Because, like, there's so many movies where they try to have the bad guy be all, you know, I don't even think about you. I've been thinking about you. Like,
Is this gonna get me jammed up with the cops?
My brother might make it sound like that, but no. It's just family.
yeah, I mean, honestly, like, because even if Chuck tried to pursue that, if the copy guy just sticks to his story and says, yeah, I don't remember seeing the guy. Fuck what the cop's gonna do
about it.
like, yeah.
Then I feel you.
I also do like that he had a caveat about it, though. He's like, did you kill somebody? Did you rob a bank? Am I in trouble? That's all cool. Fuck it.
All right, money's money.
And expensive.
Like $100 expensive.
Like $200 expensive.
You will go far, my young.
This guy spoke Jimmy's language in a heartbeat.
And Jimmy loves it.
I like that, though, because I remember, like, when he said, you know, where'd you go, some all-night copy shop? I'm like, oh, he probably could confirm that. So I like that they did that. That was actually good writing. I also, I meant to make an analogy. Actually, you know what? If I do echo, I'll have to try to remember to make this analogy. But I love his, what's the bigger number, 5 or 1? that whole speech. And it's like, oh, well, you know, they used to make 2 movies a year. Now they make 17 projects. Which is the bigger number, 2 or 17? This is interesting. Okay, so I'm guessing they're setting Jimmy up for kind of a crossroads here, because if Chuck essentially faints, you know, does he go in and help him and, you know, prove that he was watching this, or does he not? Like, they might do that then, I don't know.
Attorney.
Ooh, shit. All right then.
You did call that, though.
I did call that. I didn't think they were going to be that violent about it. Like, shit. Which, I mean, to be fair, I was kind of thinking, I was like, well, maybe they won't do that, because if Chuck just, like, starts having an episode, Ernesto's right there. Bit different with Chuck braining himself on the counter. That's, good job, writers. That, fuck.
Did she wake up? Did she say anything?
No.
That's an interesting question, I guess. So, you know, in that situation, if you were Chuck, would you have told Jimmy?
I probably would have, because even though I understand that, you know, how sour that would make you, I just can't get behind it, because it's more of a respect to the person that passed to be truthful to their memory than it is for you to be spiteful.
It's so weird
to the other person, no matter how much you hate them or you may think they deserve to not hear the truth.
Oh no, I completely agree in that regard. For me, it's weird. I actually go the other way on it, which is that I probably wouldn't, but not out of a spiteful thing. More that, like, the last thing I would want to, I guess, put on another person is the idea in the 5 minutes you stepped out is the moment when your mother, you know, woke up and was calling for you and you weren't there. Because that would, like, I feel like that would impose guilt on a person really bad, which is obviously not their fault, but... But I totally get where you're coming from. It's the thing, like, I could go either way on that.
Yeah, I can see both sides.
Yeah, I definitely don't blame Chuck for not saying that. Every time we cut away from something, I forget because I get so invested in what we just saw.
How come you said that about calling me?
I don't know, man. Your brother, the way he's been talking about you lately, it's like he's really out to get you, Jimmy, and I don't know. You're my friend.
Damn, Ernie.
Yeah, Ernie's a homie.
For real. That was a very poignant line. Like, they were... Okay, we'll get to that.
You were saying?
5 seconds show, please. No, I like the idea that, like... Because I mentioned it earlier, how Ernie's got to be, like, so all flipped all over the place, essentially being Chuck's, you know, personal go-to for his understandable but very weird style of life. You know, because, I mean, it's like you signed up to be a cashier and suddenly you're this dude's, like, personal live-in assistant. Yeah, like he expected Ernesto to stay there a day and a half or however long it was going to be while he was recovering. And so yeah, like Ernesto's just like, dude, I just want to go back to the day that you and I were in the mailroom and we were friends. Like, because yeah, all he hears now is, oh fuck, that's another thing too. I didn't even think about this, but he probably doesn't like actually know Chuck. Granted, we don't know how long this electricity thing's been going on, but yeah, like if you had a coworker that you were at least semi close to, and all of a sudden his brother is just like fucking gunning for him hard, I can see that working actually. Also, like, way to give this character depth when I was not expecting that from season 1. This show really is just like, I'll give everybody I want a compelling story. Just fucking watch me, bitch.
You there, under your chair. Look.
You get a story. You get a story.
You get a backstory, and you get a backstory. You there, across the hall. Look under your chair. It's lore.
I'll give Joe Mangelio a backstory. Don't think I won't do it. So you don't have to show us this. We can just know this was horrible for him.
Well, we want you to know.
I accept that at face value. I don't need proof.
Well, here you go. You're getting it anyway.
It's on the house.
Why don't I have a friendly neighborhood gun dealer? But okay.
Ta-da!
I was okay. I mean, I do want to see this. Generally feels like a D&D session where like somebody's in a really like bad spot. And you're like, meanwhile, is this how Hector ends up in the wheelchair?
Nope.
I just figured it was because he was older in Breaking Bad. Fucking hater blockers.
Looking sharp.
So I just learned something interesting.
What's that?
So I mentioned how my old car was having problems. We were, getting it running again and everything, and trying to check on all the tires. And one tire just will not air up. I mean, like, it won't have anything to do with it. We're sitting there like, oh, that's kind of strange. Fix a flat in it, nothing. And I'm like, well, maybe there's something wrong with that tire, or it's not sitting on the rim properly. Who knows? I have a spare, so we'll just change it out. Those fucking lug nuts were on that son of a bitch. And they did not come off. I mean, like, we did the whole 9 yards, like, thing where you stand on top of the tire iron to try to, like, weigh it down so it'll move a little bit. That didn't do jack shit. Grabbed a huge-ass metal bar, and, like, so you have more leverage. And 2 of them moved. 1 would not move, because the fucking tire iron wouldn't go on the bolt right. Something was, the lug nut was fucked up. And so finally we're sitting there like, you know what? I'm 90% sure we have roadside assistance with our insurance. Why don't we see if they can come out? Because we have the spare tire. Like, that's not an issue. We even have a jack. Call the insurance company. Luckily, yes, they'll come out. And even though we're not roadside, they'll come out and change the tire for us. Awesome. The AAA guy had an air gun to, like, do lug nuts. It's registered up to 1,000, or I think he said it was registered up to 1,000 pounds. It barely got those lug nuts off. And he looked at my grandfather and he goes, "Whoever put this tire on, tell him never do it this tight again."
Damn. That tire wasn't going anywhere.
No, it was determined. It's like, I'm here and I'm not fucking moving. I'm welded to this bitch. But they did get it.
Hey, how are you going to retire before you get me disbarred, before you run me out of town on a rail, huh? I'll be the only McGill carrying the family name. You can't have that.
That's fucking desperate when you realize he's like, fuck. Because Jimmy spent so much time season 1 trying to be like, oh, fuck you. And now he's like, listen, don't you want to come on? Don't you want to get me thrown out?
1216 instead of 1261. I screwed it up. I hurt the client.
The wheels are turning. I think I'm wrong. Like 90% sure I'm wrong.
You think you're wrong?
I think I'm wrong, but I am the sus. My suspicion is that Chuck is not actually having a breakdown and is essentially faking it to try to get Jimmy to confess so that he either will know or could potentially record it, although that would require electricity. So that's, I don't know. That's just my thought. Are you gonna validate me, show? Is this where it happens? Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
You know,
Vindication!
You got every little detail right.
Almost like I'm a writer. No, they set it up very well. They did. That was very good setup. It also helps that I can trust this show enough to not be stupid.
Oh man, it subverted my expectations.
Exactly. Because you know, fucking plenty of other shows would.
It makes absolutely no sense, but man, it sure subverted those expectations.
Looks this thing like you look at like you know, anything Hollywood, Disney, any of that, and they would like just have that emotional moment without any extra stipulation and just be like, yeah, Chuck feels really bad about it now. And it's like, okay, but that's not what he's been shown. He's been shown to be absolutely manipulative and go to almost any lengths to keep Jimmy in the box he wants him in. And so that wouldn't fit with his character.
Dying of consumption?
I think I'm wrong.
I think it's a